Welcome to the G-Spot, partake in stimulating discussions that may lead to an arousal of opinion. I am your host, Majesty, and today's topic, this is for the people who are afraid to say, New Year, new me. Shout out to all the people who plan on doing the work and putting in the work to grow. Shout out to all the people who plan to be the size of a big 10-foot tall palm tree by this time next year. Shout out to the people who aren't afraid to water their dreams. Shout out to people who look like me. Shout out to the people who not afraid to grow, and shout out to the people I don't know no more. New year, new me. See, I'm gonna say it for y'all because y'all be scared to say it when the new year come, baby. New year, new me, new year, new G. Yeah, I'm not the same one I was last year. I'm me with a little extra sauce on it. Believe that, believe that. So let's talk about it for real. Going through growth hurts. And I mean that figuratively and literally. I know we've all seen a baby going through the teething process. That's growth and it hurts. I know we've all been to the gym before and working out on them glutes, okay, doing leg day. That is growth and that hurts. We tend to forget that spiritual growth can also hurt. Or that type of growth you go through when you know it's time for you to level up and live in your purpose. So while a lot of times we're so excited to go through the changes because we know we're going to reach better things, growth spurts hurt. Yeah, I don't think people talk about the fact that growth hurts. A lot of us are going through things right now that don't feel good. And our first instinct is to think that, oh my God, something is wrong. Wait, something is off. Is something failing? But what if the reason is it hurt because it's growth? We've become too accustomed to see that Instagram type of growth, the aesthetic type of growth, the soft, nice, delicate type of growth. But real growth feels like grief, confusion, isolation, second guessing yourself and outgrowing people that you still feel familiar with. Growth will have you missing versions of yourself that you know you can't go back to. And nobody warns you about that. The truth is, sometimes growth hurts. Not the cute, inspirational kind of hurt. Not that look at me leveling up type of pain. I'm talking about the quiet type, the lonely type, the type where you know you've been changing, but nothing feels good yet. I'm talking about the kind where you ask life for something, you ask God for something, you prayed from a place that you don't even remember anymore. And now life is answering you, just not in the way that you expected. Some of us have been knocking, trying to get the door open for a long time. And as much as life would like to answer it, this is the part that a lot of us are missing. You cannot receive what you are not aligned with. You cannot receive what you are not on the vibration of. People be around here asking life for all this money, knowing damn well they don't know how to manage it. But let's say you did learn how to manage it. That may not be the only element that you're in need of. I feel like a lot of us be asking for things and don't realize that we first have to prepare ourselves for the things that we're asking for. If you had a 16-year-old child that wanted a car and they don't have a license, the only right thing to do would to be prepare them for them taking that driver's class, not to go and buy the car. See, a lot of us do the same thing with life. We ask for things and then we just like, yo, where my car at? No license, no insurance, no tag, just hand it here. Thank you. I want this car. Can you give it to me? Life. Thank you so much, God. Thank you. Thank you. No preparation. But even with that being said, it's not always about preparing yourself. Sometimes it's about the things that you need to let go of. Or simply, you're getting ready to go to the next level. So things have to shift. Things have to change. That's the part of leveling up that we never pay attention to. That's the part of growth that we tend to forget about. I remember mourning my first business. It was a long time ago, long time ago. I was mourning my first business and I had to realize that this had to die in order for me to become the person that I said I wanted to be. We literally ask for things and then forget about the things we asked for. And then when we're going through the BS, it's like, wait, hold on. A lot of us ask for things that we're not yet ready for, whether that be money, purpose, impact. And there's nothing wrong with asking. You ask for things in life, be like, you know what? Okay, cool, bet. But first you have to prepare yourself for the things that you're asking for. Get on my level. Oh, what? Get on my level. Yeah, life said get on the level and I'll give you everything that you're asking for. And that's where the discomfort comes in. Some of the things that we're mourning right now, they have to die. And not because they were bad, but because they were stepping stones. But I can actually admit that watching your stepping stone fall, it still hurts. Even when you know it was time for you to step up, leaving it behind, it can be a little painful. But still, as much as it hurts, you have to remember, you asked for this. This is what you said you wanted. It's okay to understand why something had to end and still grieve it. You can know that something was only temporary and still feel the loss of it. Grieving the things that you said you didn't want anymore, it does not mean that you're ungrateful. And it also doesn't mean that you shouldn't let go. It still gotta go. It is absolutely normal to mourn loss in the midst of evolving. The crazy part is sometimes you don't even remember exactly what you asked for. Yeah, that prayer that you said when you was using your heart chakra and you was in your time, in your moment of despair, that time when you was tuned in heavily, yeah, you might not remember that, but the universe do. So now you're being pulled in alignment into something that you asked for. And while sometimes growth feels good, sometimes it don't. Sometimes it hurt. And when we go through the growth that don't feel good, we automatically assume something is wrong because it don't feel good. No, that is growth. That's supposed to happen. But the reason it feels uncomfortable is because your brain is trying to protect you. Yes, your brain is trying to abort mission because it realized that you are in an uncomfortable state. Your brain does not give a damn about your purpose. It don't care. Your brain's sole mission is survival. It want to keep you comfortable. Your brain basically is an overprotective parent that is hovering over you, trying to keep you safe from everything. Y'all know how when you was younger, we laugh at our parents now, but when we were younger and we wanted to go to this party or something, your mom was like, no, I got a bad feeling. That is your brain. Your brain is like, yo, I know that you said that you wanted to like do all these things and, become big and make money, but I don't really like the way our body feel when we doing that. Like we be feeling nervous and stuff. And that's just letting me know that this is uncomfortable for you. And I don't want you uncomfortable. I want you feeling at your very best. So I think it's best that maybe we shouldn't do that. So when you find yourself in your head thinking and going back and forth with like, well, yeah, I'm supposed to be doing this, and then a lot of times if we feel like it feel bad, we don't do it. That's the part you have to fight through. You have to fight through the part that is uncomfortable of you not feeling good doing it because your brain is literally anti you being nervous, anti you being anxious, anti you being uncomfortable. Your brain wants you comfortable and snuggled and happy. And unfortunately, in the process of trying to make your dreams come true, it is not the funnest. It's not comfortable. But growth doesn't happen in comfort. And discomfort doesn't automatically mean danger. Sometimes it means expansion. And I personally feel that sometimes going through the process is hard for a lot of us because we won't even allow ourselves to feel all of the emotions when going through it. A lot of us don't fully embrace the process. Like, yeah, you might go through the anger, you'll go through the discouraging parts, sad, or some of us just be in plain old denial about it. But the one thing a lot of us do not want to do, we'll let ourselves feel everything but them tears. See, that's where we draw the line at. But how else do the dreams that you planted grow without the water? Because sometimes the tears is the water for your planted dreams. Tears of frustration, tears of fear, tears of feeling like you're failing, tears of things not going the way you planned it. The thing is, those tears aren't a sign of weakness. Those tears are signs of nourishment for the dream that you planted. And I'm just be real. Crying is different. I like a good ass cry, just get it all out because crying means that you're really in it. It means something. This matters to you. Crying is surrender. Crying is laying it all on the line. And sometimes you have to plant things on top of what you thought was failure. Cry about it and allow it to grow. Just let it do its thing. Put it out there and let it do its thing. But a lot of us won't even go through the total emotions of everything that it takes to really get it out the mud. You got to get in the mud to get it out the mud. You got to get in the mud to get it out the mud. You got to get in. Y'all get it. I think y'all get it. Y'all get my point. Y'all get my point. But don't be afraid of that pain. That's how you know you're really in it. And honestly, the things that you love most can and will move you to tears. I feel like that's normal. That's poetic. And that's how you tell the difference from your purpose versus things you do as a hobby. Because sometimes it's hard for us to tell the difference. It's like, oh, I really love doing this. Yeah, but that's not your purpose. And it's something about that purpose hurt, that growth from being in your purpose. That's a different type of hurt, y'all. It's a whole different type of hurt. It's the grief. You can really feel like You can really feel it in your heart of hearts. Because sometimes endings don't hurt. Sometimes you're able to just like stop doing things and then you don't feel anything for it. I remember when I used to do poetry. And when I let go of poetry, listen, I was doing poetry since I was 6 years old, winning competitions, the whole nine. Okay. So when I finally let go of poetry, and I don't want to say let go of like, cause it'll always be with me. But when I decided that I wasn't going to like pursue it in the way that I was, it didn't hurt. It was just like, okay, well, thank you for your service. We should do this again sometime. But I do have other things I need to be doing right now. And poetry was like, oh, no harm, no foul. Like, cool, girl, do what you need to do. And hopefully I'll see you around. That's how it was when I parted ways with poetry. It didn't hurt. It was just like, okay, well, next thing, on to the next. But with my business, it hurt so bad. What Whitney Houston said, why does it hurt so bad? Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. It really stabbed me in my heart. Okay, I was hurt, y'all, for a couple weeks about that thing, like cried about it. And that was my first time like feeling like that about something with my first business. But it all came back around because I'm basically doing my first business now. But the things that break you a little bit or a lot of it, those are the things that are tied to who you are becoming, who you're supposed to be. That's why it hurt. That development hurts, but you need that character development. As my mama would say, what don't kill you make you stronger. So yeah, it may hurt right now. It might feel uncomfortable. You may be shedding something that you once loved, but that doesn't mean that something is wrong. That just means growth hurts. That means realizing that some people just don't fit anymore. Not because they're bad people, not because you're better than them, but because they got used to a version of you that no longer exists. And let's be honest, sometimes outgrowing people hurt worse than losing them because you know they're still here. You just don't get to see them no more. Been there, done that. Yeah. That's happened to me before. Losing them friends, I'm telling you, it hurts. It hurts. But you'll live and you'll grow and you'll be great. So let me reiterate, discomfort doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. Loneliness doesn't mean that you made the wrong choice. And grief, that doesn't mean that you failed. Sometimes, just sometimes, it means you're growing and you're on the right track. We have to remember that growth can be disruptive. Growth will rearrange your entire life. Growth will expose the things that was never stable to begin with. Yeah, it's time for the ones who be giving a damn about what people got to say. Stop caring and watch you grow. Yeah, stop caring and watch you grow. This is for the people who are afraid to be perceived. You're afraid of being seen. Put on some shades and keep it moving. Yeah, y'all want some resolutions? I got one for you. Do you want a resolution? Woo, woo. Do you want a resolution? Woo, woo. Whoa, 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 whoa. See, the problem is you don't need no resolution. What you need is some I don't give a fuck. That's what you need. Everybody be around here manifesting, but y'all not trying to put in the work to be who the person you need to be the person who you want to be. You got to be like in your bag. You know what? Instead of being in the bag, y'all need to step out that hole. Y'all need to get out the bag and be you for 1 second. Be truly yourself, living your purpose right now so that you can reach the purpose that you're supposed to be at. We too busy like hiding. Everything is a facade these days. We not living, we pretending. Start being who you truly are. And that's the thing. A lot of us feel like it's things that we need. No, everything you need has already been given. You already have exactly what you need to be who it is you need to become. But we will not just stop all the BS and be our true selves. Be who you are. Be you. That's some of the best advice I feel like I can give y'all right now. Be you and watch what it do. Just be you. Truly be you. BEYOU. Try it. So if you're in that season where you're doing better, but you feel worse, you're proud of yourself, but you also grieving, or you're finally healing, but you just still feel alone. I need you to know sometimes growth hurts, but that pain is proof that something old is dying and something new is being born. And one day soon you'll realize that that hurt was just a doorway. And hopefully I get to see you on the other side. Happy New Year, even though it's not the spring equinox, but Nonetheless, happy New Year's, and remember that only problems need resolutions, but growth, it just needs time. That's all I have for today. Thank you for tuning in to the G Spot. I am your host, Majesty. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, love, peace, and hair grease.